prep for tomorrow's beginner boost. Just a reminder, the beginner boost for tech careers is going to be focused on all tech careers and in general, when it comes to like preparing yourself for the culture and all of that. But then it will also be uh, geared toward the technologies for anybody who wants the more of the hard skills uh, all around. So that's what we're looking at. Uh, Last night I spent a significant amount of time getting the uh, stuff ready for the some of the logistical stuff, like where are we going to put the container, how are we going to do that, and how are we going to continue to make these videos as quickly as needed. I apologize again. I have a cold. It's turned my voice into a sort of a mess, and I've got my hanky here, but it's gonna sound like this for a while. I do have to leave in about an hour to go lift. I'm gonna go do some pull-ups, but I'll be back and I'll come back. I'm gonna be streaming most of the day today because I need to get as much of this done before tomorrow as possible, so we have a good kickoff. So again, the goals for today are to get the OBS renaming tool finished. Uh, that's probably the most important thing, and uh, the second most important is to get the current uh, skill stack site. I need to update this too. So let's actually let's make a number of issues here. Actually, let's do this right now to kind of keep our track ourselves on track. So let's go into the boost and do issues. This is a good way to do a to do that you can kind of follow up on. Create a bit for nice things. I did that. Close 46. Uh, Update landing page on Twitch with defaults and tags. These are all things that I can do. I think the reminders in 43 got finished as well. Get teeth fixed. This is a funny joke. Um, yeah, and we need to. There's a number of things. So let's add the issues. It's just easier for me this way because I'm very ADHD. I don't even think I'm officially ADHD. That's not my diagnosis. I kind of would like to know what that is, but I have to. I'm all over the place. So, but I'm also obsessive about the thing when I switch around. So it's just my style. And so I've created a streaming methodology that kind of captures that so I can focus on the thing that I'm thinking about and then do it. And issues is actually a really great way to do that. So when I'm thinking about something spontaneously, I can just write it down. It's also my style for writing. That's why I like Zettelkasten method for writing as well. And I actually am going to make some videos about a writing technique that was used to write Lolita Novikov used. I'm using that to write my book. And all right, so issue, I'll say the first thing is, okay, so migrate as ASCII doc. We need to get that in there. And then what? We need to do, can I do this? I can't remember it now. Yeah. Issue, and then we need, what did I say? See, this is why I have to do this because my memory is very bad. Let's say we're gonna go ahead and, oh, right, clean up our Rob landing page. How you doing, Alexmir? Uh, Submit issue, breakout OBS stuff into own repo. So I can put all my overlays in there. Right now, one of them has a bunch of secure keys in it that I need to like modify so that the keys can be stored on disk without taking over the repo. This is kind of required, but it's not super important. Uh, actually, that does not need to go here though. Yeah, let's close that one. We don't that needs to go on the other repo. That needs to go on this repo. Yeah. So move OBS stuff along with stuff in notes to own repo. Need to move live coded overlays into own repo. That also does not contain secrets in the code. And I could probably container it. Consider. No, I can't containerize it because I have to mount the the thing. Actually, I could because I'm running servers in there. Containerizing. That would be really useful. Other people could use it if I did that. So that might be something. There's so many tech that I want to do. It's funny because I'm kind of got the bug right now. Kind of got the tech bug. I go in and out. Sometimes I have it. The other days I'll be like, why am I not on the mountain climbing or something? All right, so we got that. Uh, so the main thing is we need to get the landing page cleaned up. This is it. All right, this is the 48 is for GitHub. I probably should say that. Issue 48. Uh, GH issue edit 48 title. Clean up. All right, thanks, Rob. Repo landing page. We need to change the donation page as well. Position default tags, migrate skill set to ASCII doc. Um, issue add update GH sponsorship information. Go add that back so people can tell people how they want to help. We already did the nice things. Um, yeah, what else do we need to get today done? We need to do, I think that's most of it. I don't think we have much more than that. Then we need to do the first few videos. Okay, because that's kind of where I was gonna go with this. I'm not gonna waste time repeating myself, so I'm gonna rather than say things, I'm gonna make a video about it, and then I'll post the video. So right now we're gonna make that was the other one. Issue is like create WebSocket listener and sub create WebSocket listener and event sub uh configuration webhook. Let's say WebSocket listener uh wait, let me do that again. Create OBS WebSocket event listener with subscriptions. And so the subscription is just going to be like a YAML file that says what you're subscribed to, and it'll go find it, and then it'll run the thing that's subscribed to, and the thing will just be a script. We could do that maybe with with agents or something in AI, but I don't think we need to do that. So this is another one we need. I gotta watch my time, by the way. So 7:35. When it's 8, it's about 8:15. I need to go for a second, take a break. Okay, so let's get this done. Let's start out with the OBS thing. Uh, what would be really cool is if I could. Oh, you know what would be even better? I have to do this. I want it to change my title and everything based on the issue I'm working on. Oh my God, that would be so freaking cool. I'm gonna make that right now. Issue develop 51. Oh no. GitHub issue edit 51. Edit issue 51. Uh all right, so create OBS web socket. What do we want to call it? Subscribers? I wonder what my AI thinks. I wonder what she thinks. Uh, how would you summarize creating such a thing into a GitHub status? Gear wiring OBS recording events to webhook automation. Yep. Wiring OBS recording events to webhook automation. I don't even think it needs to be webhook. Wiring OBS events to bash scripts. Oh, damn. I know. We could do this. We could say wiring OBS events. How you doing? Good morning to you. Wiring OBS events. How there, YouTube? Wiring OBS events uh to commands. That's it. Okay. Now, yes, issue. Uh, actually, let's get back here. Issue. Well, okay, so this is kind of related. So let's do this. Let's say, uh, uh, work on a specific issue. How to do that? So, how you doing, Mr. Barrel? Yep. Let's see. The boost is tomorrow, by the way. Issue. Wait. Link. Uh. Uh. Oh, cool. Yep. So, GH issues. Add support for GH issue if just number. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now. Uh, I could do the whole PR thing, but that takes a long time. Actually, when did I do that? I can still merge it into main, but let's do that. So then I can do GH issue develop dash C. Issue 7. This will branch me and everything. It's pretty cool. So there you go. Now I'm all ready to go. Let's see. We can do a squash and merge at the end. How you doing, Bull? On YouTube? Install GH is not found. Uh, what do you mean? When you try to build a container, when you try to build a container, it gives you an install GH error. Interesting. That's good. We need to know that stuff. So, can you open it? Do you know how to open GitHub issues? Can you open an issue against the Boost, Artifacts Boost container that describes the problem, and then dump the error message, please? Do you know how to do that? So if you go to the website there, and then you click on to the Boost, if you click on issues, it'll say create a new issue, and then you can put the stuff in there. That'll super help me because then I can like check it out and I can fix it right away. I assume that's going to be a problem, an ongoing problem, but that's one of the reasons I have it so dynamic and I don't have to repush the image every time. Uh, so if you could do that, that would super help me. Um, I need to step away for a second for uh to blow my nose and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and mute. I really need to get my Stream Deck. Cool username, Artifacts Rob. Yeah, I've had that username for a long time. When using the Boost container, I was having a huge issue with line endings on Windows, but I need to change a lot. You had line endings on Windows? I need people who have had problems on Windows to report it. I don't have Windows here available to test it. Um, and I don't think if I run a virtual machine, a Windows virtual machine, and I put Docker on there, that I'm going to be able to replicate the issue. Share small plus X Rob, yes. So please, guys, if you have issues, not only is this is going to give you're going to get credit. If you submit an issue, if you submit an issue against the repo, you'll get credit for reporting the issue, and your little icon will appear on my repo. So it'll show up in your profile about contributions you've made, and stuff like that. So when you go to get an interview or whatever, some of you may not care, you might already have a job, but that would super help me. Plus, it just makes it super because I can't get my head around the problem unless you kind of dump the actual error and you put it inside of the issue. So if you could just take an extra second to do that and using default pod mount machine. Okay. Try Cloud. More accurate when it comes to tech. It is definitely more accurate. I've talked about that briefly, but I don't have it right now. So again, I'm gonna go hit the restroom really quick. Yeah, there's a lot of really good things going on in the machine learning world, of course. Um, this is our Linux line endings. Okay, so interesting. Um, I'm gonna need to get a Windows machine to practice this, aren't I? I need to add an issue for this today. I think I have a Windows VM running right now, someplace. Common or Linux. Mr. Thanks for everything. Yeah. Uh, maybe it was an old commit. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to make sure to do a git pull to get the latest, right? However, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. If you did a git pull versus if you're I don't know. It could have been a different machine, but yeah. So it's a it's a given that we're gonna have issues on occasion. So we need to go look into those. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at this issue. Thank you for writing that up. Then I can put you right here on the screen, and you can get credit for submitting it. Uh, did I open that issue? What test on Windows? Step 20 of 26. Oh, all right. What's that about? Okay. Coming in from TSTURWRX on Windows 10. Windows 10. Wow. Using Windows Terminal with Podman. The Podman VM invert in default VM when you run Podman machine in it. Here's some output. HT boost. Here you go. Bin run install the sh is install the station not found. Building at step run install it when running runtime exit status was run. Uh, that looks like it can't see the install script, but that should not be an issue. Let me check that really quick. I'm gonna leave it open, but I want to, if it might be a quick fix. So run install gh. So uh, these are the installers that are loaded in from home. I suspect it's because it's having a problem finding the path. Um, I wonder if it's because this here, it can't find it because of this. I mean, it should be able to find it. I don't see why it wouldn't be able to find that. That seems rather odd. Uh, yeah. But see, what we have to figure out is why Windows 10 path. Hey, how you doing? We have to figure out why Windows 10 is having a problem with that. Because this should take care of it, because it puts everything in there, unless it's not in there for some reason. So home Ubuntu local bin, and we have install the GH is there. Podman is running a Linux VM, yes. You cannot have containers without Linux. LXC containers, that is, which are really the only ones that we ever talk about. This is fine. Download extract, copy the binary. Yeah, that's a very odd error. I'm not gonna lie. Installation not found. Bin sh. I wonder if I put a full path in there, if that would fix that stuff. I wonder. You know, like if I did a run, I'm gonna ask the AI. I wonder. You know me too well. You totally do. So have a look at this container file and tell me why install GH might not be found on Windows 10. Worth a shot. You try that didn't work? So what did you fork? Did you fork the repo and change it? That's some pretty advanced things that you're doing there for you to say you're not very good with containers. Most likely the reason it never gets copied into the directory that is on path. In your container file, this line blah puts the repo contents at the root of the container file system. So if you have a file named install.gh in the project root, it lands here. I do not. How you doing, Misha? Good to have you. Someone shout me shout. I need to make a command, a terminal command to shout people out. Try to a container, carefully the same issue. Uh, yeah. Okay, can you try this? This doesn't build at all, right? Did you comment out that line? Because you really don't need it that much. Comment out the run line and see if you can get it to build without it. And see if it borks on something else. Actually, I'll put that in the issue. Yeah. Uh, it's always better if I do it that way, because then you guys can do it. Issue Z2. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for looking that up, though. That's the kind of help I really need. Really need that kind of help. Jalopy, he's not here, but he's done so much help with that as well. Um, yeah, we need to figure out a way to test on Windows and run a VM under Mac. I don't think I have my VM system running, and I have to like revisit the whole use of VMs because, VMware is kind of in flux, and I haven't even looked at them in a year. uh, in order to test on Windows. I need to get what I used to do is I would have a Windows machine running and then I would remote access it. But I don't have that server connected right now, so I actually need to figure out how to do this on Windows. So like how to install Wisdom on Windows, how to all that stuff. So that needs to be done. I'm feeling a little bit better. Hey Ray. Um I'm trying to decide if I actually even have VMware on here. I do. I have VMware Fusion on here. Uh Give me run in the background. This is, I might start stuttering because I'm kind of pushing this little MacBook Pro to its limits. Introducing Fusion, erase some security fixes. I bought Fusion and stuff. I own all this stuff. Red Hat Enterprise Linux. No. Virtual machines. Where's my other virtual machines? I don't even remember how to use this. Scan for virtual machines. Document virtual machines localized. Share. I think I might have it in here somewhere. I don't need Red Hat right now. I go ahead and close that. Windows Mac. Yeah. Man, I'm never using VirtualBox. VirtualBox totally did me wrong. Uh, New. Install from disk or image. Get Windows from Microsoft. Wait, what? Yeah, I want to do that. Windows Edition Pro. No, just Pro. Wait, did they make it this easy? Shit. This is definitely gonna tank my stream. I'll get VMware Fusion for free at work because Windows is required to get stuff done, apparently. All right, well, while that's like slowly doing its thing, uh, let's do wire the OBS events up. This is kind of really cool. Oh, no, no, let's make it so that we can do, yeah, we want to add support for GH issues if it's just a number. So if I do GH status, I want it to grab the current issue by number. So, uh, you know, I know generally how to do it, so I'm just gonna prompt for this. Uh, what is the command to just output the issue title for a given issue number from GitHub? I'm just modifying a little thing in tech. Did you see that one? The dentist one? Yeah, issue view, blah blah blah, title. Is it really that easy? You've got to be kidding me. God, I love AI. Oops, that's not it. Oh, did I not copy? Have I, what was the last one we did? 42? 7. JHSU view 7. Oh my God, that was so easy. I love the GH tool. I love it. The rest is like super duper easy. GH status. I can't believe how fast we're gonna get this done. Uh, Require clear status. Well, blah blah blah. Require GH expires at. Then grab API kill. Actually, I'm gonna do some recursion here. This is all vibe coded, so it's not clean at all. I don't care. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some code right up here in the front. Yeah, right here in the front. I'm gonna say uh if one is a number, how do I say? I'm gonna vibe code that too because I don't want to wait around. Write the bash that checks if first arg is a number only, and if so, does something. It's like it's gonna be if blah blah blah. Yep. It's just gonna use the regex. That's why I wanted that. I can write that regex. I didn't want to look it up. I know regex. I just don't want to bother. So arg equals one. If arg equals one, then argument is a number. Uh If the first argument is just a number, then I want to do all the rest of this stuff. So vibe coding produces verbose ugly code. Yes, but I don't care. In this case, I don't care. That's what is really good about rapid prototyping. Um, I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call myself. Okay, so change it so that it calls itself the same script, but after getting the GitHub issue for that number and adding a gear in front. There we go. Look at how fast I did that. That's insane. It took me how many seconds? I couldn't have even typed it that fast. All right, so arg1, we don't need this. Issue equals 1. If 1 equals a number, then do this. So let's try it. So now we can do, all right, so we're going to say GH status 7. Oh, damn close. Invalid value. Message of type value. She must provide an invalid value. No. Okay, so wait, where's my exec? Oh, okay, here we go. So exec 0 dollar title, and then all the rest of the arguments. Why didn't that work? I wonder. Let's go ahead and echo it first. Oh, wait. I didn't deploy it. Derp. I didn't. I need to start making a deploy script. State status. Quick and dirty deploy. Okay, here we go. Exec users, GH status, gear, add support for issue of just number. Oh, actually, no. You know what we can do? We can do this instead. We can say, I wish we could tell whether it was if it's a bug or a new thing. Reggae space patterns. Yeah, it's good. Regexes are good for the right thing. GraphQL API rate limit already exceeded. Why? Is that because my server is like pinging it all the time? Fuck. I think it is. I think it's because my server is slamming it. I do. I think it slams the API too hard. Yeah, it does. Um, I might want to change this. I did it this way so that it would fetch it from GitHub. I could just change the GitHub status anytime and have it work. But I can't send an event for that. So I have to poll, and the polling is what's killing us. So, uh, interesting. Yeah, GPT knows me. Um, so I need to make a workaround for this. First of all, I should not be pulling this. I should not be hitting the API once every 5 seconds. That's like not okay. That's because it got vibe coded. I would never have done that. Uh, in the past when I've done this, I've just used a file, and if the file changes, I pull the file, and if the file changes, I go to do it. And then when I change status, I just right change whatever in the file. And then I can create any number of things that allow that file to be changed. I cannot do that with a GitHub status change though. So if I change the code that I'm thinking about doing, uh, I won't be able to change my status on the road uh, by just changing GitHub status. But the truth is, I don't need to do that anyway because it wouldn't be a GitHub status change. That would be a change to my IRL stream title, which is really something I already have on my phone that I can do. So the entire premise of this, like having everything synchronized against a GitHub change, uh, is probably wrong. Uh, so I might actually just vibe code this. This is one of those cases where it's like, hey, do we like redo it? What I should just be doing, I should just be pulling this off of a file, and then I should be appending, I should be writing new statuses to the file, and then presenting a menu of like, well, what are you working on, right? Uh, and maybe not calling it GitHub status, maybe calling it like title or something, or like I used to have a program called Current. I wonder if I still have that. Uh, like get current project or something like that. That might actually be better. Uh, the thing about if you do a command like that, then you could just look at whatever was last written, and you don't need a server. You do still need a server because in order to have it updated in the overlay, so it updates in the GitHub OB and OBS overlay. Oh God, look at that big, low, long line. That's really funny. Um, so yeah, I did not like that. I just noticed it when it got written on the overlay as well. So what are we gonna do there? I think I gotta go lift here in a few minutes. Uh, I think what we're gonna do is, yeah, we need to make an issue. So get an issue of just a number. We need to actually make a program from scratch that does all of that, but does it based on a command and a single file. Yeah. What would be even better is if we made it do completion. If we made the current do completion and then it used the list of all the stuff that all the statuses we've already had in the past, that would be so cool. I kind of want to make that. How much time I got? Yeah. This is actually going to work. It's just our API thing is over. It's ready for some boosts. Watch if I turn this on again, it's gonna fail. The crazy thing is I actually this is completed. The code is actually finished now. So thank God I vibe coded it. It would have taken me way much longer. This is the greatest thing about vibe coding. So let's say you do a major architectural arc and it goes wrong. You didn't lose any time. No, it's it's really great for that kind of thing. So uh yeah, put this in the background really quick. I want to see if my API is uh yeah, it's already exceeded. API is exceeded. Yep. So uh actually I'm gonna just hack this program right now. I'm gonna come back and fix it. If we have we don't want to do any of the other rate limiting stuff. Oh no, we can't even get the current status. We can't even look it up. Are you telling me? Wait, I don't think I don't even think I can do GH status. I through the API. I don't even think I can use the GitHub command. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, that sucks ass. Okay, so more note to self, don't go with GitHub again. Uh, not on that anyway. Look at this. I can't even use issue command. It won't work. Watch. That means I can't do any of my GH development. It's Windows specific. Some people have that issue. We haven't been able to find it. I can't even use it now. Fuck. You know what? It must have been adding all my rate stuff from 1 o'clock in the morning to the other stuff I just did. Now I'm like really screwed. I can't do any development on this. I use the GitHub command line tool for everything. Um, I wonder if she can tell me how long I'm gonna have to wait. GH has a rate limit. Yep, I know. Because it's all API driven. And the token user system has no remaining quota right now. Use the REST API instead of voice GraphQL entirely. Thank God. What? If you are already in the repo directory, you can do GH API repo. I don't understand. So the API doesn't have a limit? A GH API rate limit. That's what I was looking for. This, I think it's hallucinating. I don't think that's a thing. Oh, I guess it is. Used 0 resources surge GraphQL. So my GraphQL is only 4,000. Integration manifest. I did 5,000. That means it's five. That was 5,000. Wait, what is this? What is this? Is it the reset time? Is that the date's time temp? What date is that? I need to convert that into ISO. Uh, March 5th? What? Never mind. Definitely has a rate limit though. SCIM, what's that about? Actions, coding, auto effects, NZ, code search. So I killed the GraphQL one. The exact second when GitHub will replay your quota. Nice. 3-5. Why does it say? It says March 5th. It's already March 7th. This is stupid. What? Wait, did I say May? It's March. I said it wrong. Sorry. It says March 5th. It's March 7th. What am I missing? It's a bug. I found a bug. You simply get a new rate window the next time you make a request. Is this like lying then? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm on BSD. I'm on BSD. Wonder how you doing? So, a couple of questions. And BSD's data is not the same. Well, my machine is wrong. So, well, no, it's not. It's 8 o'clock. That's right. Huh. So, first of all, how do I do it on BSD? What is the BSD version of date? I think it's at something. Is it dash R? Yeah. Okay, there you go. So I must have did it wrong. I don't think it did in real time. Conquesting, I think you're on to something. That's definitely what happened. Okay, so that's not too far away. That's like, what, 5 minutes or something. Does that mean I get 5,000 API quota all over again? Or is it just going to give me a little bit? You know? Because, I mean, okay, there's two ways I can fix this. I can have, well, I think the answer to this is we need to rethink the status updater, and we need to make the centralized status something it's a text field on the machine, and not use the GitHub status as authoritative, because the only way to get that is to pull. There's no way to call an event hook when that changes. I mean, maybe there is. Let's ask. Is there a can I let's see. Does GitHub produce an event that could call a webhook when the status changes? We need to know when the status changes with an event instead of polling. It's not like super user. GitHub does not emit webhook events for user profile status changes. The feature is only accessible through the GraphQL API via change user status, and there is no webhook for it. However, GitHub does emit events for many other things. And those can trigger webhooks. Things you can do with webhooks: issues, push, pull, release, discussion, check-in, run profile, deploy. Okay, so that answered the question. I'm glad, because those other things are pretty awesome. Uh, so things do not do work with user status events. So your command like gh status or gh graphical change status cannot trigger webhook directly. Pull the status periodic. That's what we're doing. We're pulling. The problem with pulling is that the granularity of the change is really low if I want to remain under my quota. And I definitely do not want to screw with my GH quota because I use it for all kinds of other things. It would stop me from anything with GH. I don't want to screw with that. So that's not worth it. Uh, this is the polling example that we used. So no more polling, which means we're gonna then now for instead of making GitHub status authoritative, we're gonna make whatever's on disk authoritative. And that gets into I already wrote a program to do this years ago, and I'm gonna have I'm gonna vibe code it again this time. So we just probably need to make a we just need to make a new one using the other code. Plus, it's probably time for me to clean up the code a little bit. I probably should make a GitHub repo for this. Uh, yeah, I probably should. I probably should make a little mini project. I'm always torn about whether I should have a mini repo or I should, make uh, a common mono repo for all these kind of little tools. But in this particular one, I think we probably do want to put it all in one place. And I think we just want to call it current. Uh, I could push put in my dot files and manage it that way, but then when it's this big a program, and it is just a little hack, it's kind of nice to have it self-contained into a repo. So we'll break that out into its own repo, and that should take us a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes or so. So I'm actually gonna go lift and do some pull-ups and stuff, and I will come back and I'm gonna take a break and when we come back, I'm gonna actually gonna write the current the program called current, and we'll integrate that with recording events in OBS. So uh, actually, that's also gonna be a part. I think I'm probably gonna make an OBS tools repo for that purpose. Uh, I don't know if I have. I don't remember if I have that. I have OBS config. OBS config's like all my settings and everything. I should probably do it in there. What else do I have? Man, I haven't updated my OBS config in forever. Yeah. The problem with OBS config, I think OBS config is private. Did it say private? Yeah, because it's got like my keys and everything in it. So I don't want that. I should put OBS tools. Did I get sleep? Yeah. I went right to sleep. Uh-huh. Okay, I know I'm still wearing the same shirt. I slept in this shirt though. You must know. Yeah. That's why it's all janky and weird. I'm gonna go lift and have a shower and everything. I was just waiting around for um my collagen to kick in. You guys take collagen an hour before? Take it with vitamin C. It's a good idea. Okay, so when we come back, let's do that. We'll make a thing. I'm gonna leave this on the screen. I'm actually gonna go ahead and shut down the server really quick. There's somebody else. I'm not gonna raid because I can't talk to anybody. All right. See you guys later. I'll be back in, I don't know,